This is Bubble News Radio, April 13th, 3309. Good evening, Commanders. I'm Apollo Celeris, and you're listening to Bubble News Radio, the voice of the free bubble, broadcasting from Lockhart Orbital in the Luso system. Tonight, Caine-Massey finds itself victorious in a conflict against the notorious Torval Mining. We examine the upcoming federal presidential election, and the IEA sponsors a new expedition to the barely explored Izanami region. All this tonight on Bubble News Radio. This broadcast is brought to you by Lakon. The endless expanse is calling. Go meet it in style with the 3301 Lakon Diamondback Explorer. Visit your local Inter-Astra shipyard today and fly with the Federal Times awarded Best Long-Range Ship of the Year in 3301. Our top story tonight, good news out of the Tavgi system, as Caine-Massey's partner, Tavgi Blue Life Incorporated, has managed, with the aid of independent commanders, to successfully overcome Torval Mining's defenses. Sparked by the assassination of Caine-Massey CEO Johann Fleischer in Olympus Village at the end of March, and his assassin's subsequent departure to Imperial space, the corporate conflict lasted for a little over a week before finally concluding last night as Caine-Massey's allies boarded the Torval Mining megaship Orchestral Falcon without resistance, apprehending the suspect and returning him to federal custody. Philippa Barlow Lyons, acting CEO of Caine-Massey, offered thanks to the many federal and independent pilots who gave support to Tavgi Blue Life Incorporated, further explaining that Torval Mining finally allowed federal forces custody of the assassin, rather than risk losing their prized megaship. Federal intelligence agent Viola Trask gave a statement to the media, confirming the man in their custody had been formally arrested and charged with Johann Fleischer's murder. Circumstantial evidence suggests the assassin to be an undercover Imperial agent, but as of the time of this broadcast, his identity has still not been confirmed. Trask pledged to work with the Proactive Detection Bureau and the Federal Navy Intelligence Office to continue the investigation. Senator Zemina Torval, owner of Torval Mining, has not yet made any comment on the affair. Indeed, no Imperial representative has commented since April 6th, when the conflict first broke out, and Senator Denton Petraeus warned the Empire would protect its citizens and businesses, a warning which has since gone unfulfilled. Independent Pilots Federation commanders who supported Tavgi Blue Life Incorporated may claim their rewards from Gordon Enterprise in the Tavgi system. Torval Mining has vowed that, despite its defeat, it will also reward the pilots who assisted it, and they can claim their rewards at the Orchestral Falcon, also in the Tavgi system. Bubble News Radio is proud to announce our endorsement for Shadow President Felicia Winters, head of the Liberal Party, for President of the Federation in the upcoming 3309 presidential election. Winters, who served as Secretary of State under the Halsey administration in 3300, as acting president during the disappearance of Starship One in May 3301, and as shadow president and head of the Liberal Party since June of 3301, has vowed to abolish the controversial Proactive Detection Bureau on her first day in office, ending its draconian mass surveillance, to extend naval and humanitarian aid to independent systems affected by the Thargoid invasion, and to return to the Federation's purported core values, offering all citizens the opportunities they deserve. Winters is running alongside her shadow vice president, Isolde Rochester, who, while her family has certainly been controversial, has shown herself to be a loyal citizen of the Federation and a competent and reasonable politician. By contrast, the recently nominated Republican Party candidate, current Vice President Jerome Archer, has vowed to continue the very worst policies of the Federation under the current Hudson administration. He similarly announced increased defense spending to combat the Thargoids, whilst completely ignoring any humanitarian concerns the war with the Thargoids may have brought. The former Secretary of Security also announced he will hold the course he established when enacting the Domestic Counterterrorism Act in 3307, continuing the horrid state of affairs maintained by his pet project, the Proactive Detection Bureau. It's almost not worth mentioning, but the third major candidate and only independent candidate to pose any kind of risk to the political establishment is famous entrepreneur, eccentric trillionaire, and alleged former pirate Zachary Rackham. His Just Like Me campaign, which aims to drastically reduce taxes and drastically increase spending on business grants and commercial opportunities, has met with skepticism from political and economic analysts from across the galaxy. Critics have claimed Rackham's plans are uncosted and, quote, virtually unachievable, with independent investigative reporter Brianna Blanco decrying his promises as populist nonsense from a former pirate turned politician. No official date has been set for the federal presidential election, but all signs point to it taking place before the end of June, as mandated by federal law. Our listeners in Federation space are encouraged to ensure they're registered to vote, and to have a voting plan ready as soon as possible. The Independent Explorers Association, or IEA, has recently announced its fifth major expedition, the Izanami Land of Dreams expedition. The expedition, which follows the Rook Platoon Explores the Land Down Under, SWS High G Summer Slamdown, and Magellan Experience expeditions of 3307, and the At Eldritch Gate expedition of 3308, is slated to begin April 30th, 3309, and will continue until August 31st. Pilots will be led out of the bubble, past the Great Annihilator, and to several waypoints within the elusive Izanami region, located roughly on the opposite end of the galactic core from the frontier of the Colonia settlements in the inner Scutum Centaurus arm. Commander Richard Flournes, best known for leading the At Eldritch Gate expedition last year that found the only known green gas giant in the galaxy, announced the expedition last month to great fanfare. Already, at least 120 Pilots Federation commanders have signed up, many of them citing the exciting discoveries found during the At Eldritch Gate expedition and positive social experience as their reason for joining. The IEA has also announced the Izanami Land of Dreams expedition will be performed in cooperation with the FCOC and Azura Initiative. The FCOC, or Fleet Carrier Owners Club, is an organization of like-minded commanders who use and/or simply enjoy fleet carriers, and who often use their fleet carriers as makeshift public transportation for wayward pilots, or as home bases for large community training operations, and who have often collaborated with the Fuel Rats for extreme, long-range rescue operations. The Azura Initiative is also a fleet carrier-centric organization, in this case using fleet carriers as colony ships, in an effort to colonize a 150 light-year radius around the Great Annihilator system in the Empyrean Straits region. Both organizations have pledged their support to the expedition, which will pass through the Empyrean Straits twice, once while leaving, and once on the way back. The expedition will depart from the Shinigami system on April 30th, and will continue until August 31st. Sign-ups are available on the expedition's EDSM page. From all of us here at BNR, we wish every commander who participates in this expedition a safe flight, and an even safer return. And that's all the time we have. I'm Apollo Celeris, and this has been Bubble News Radio, the voice of the free bubble, signing out. Good night, Commanders, and fly safe.